Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Namaskar. I hope that all of you are doing well by the grace of Lord Krishna. Today we will talk about one very important topic, that is how to deal with problems in life. Now problems come to everybody. Only thing is that we see our own problems and we think that people around us are all very happy, they don't have any difficulties. But like the Kannada proverb says, Yelra mane dose tootu. So in everybody's house, there will be some problem or the other. Just like the dosa in every house has holes, similarly. So, what is the reason why we feel so lost when we get problems? The main reason is that our emotions take over our thinking part of the brain. So, this emotional hijacking that happens, it prevents us from finding the right solution and we feel overwhelmed. What happens when some problem comes up? We generally tend to feel a wide variety of emotions. Some of us may feel anger, we may feel fear, we may feel anxious, we feel worried about what to do, we have a lot of stress, we feel helpless, and sometimes we may feel hopeless also. But if we give in to this emotion, then what happens is that the part of our brain which has to think and take decisions gets clouded over, and therefore we feel very lost. So, if we want to overcome this kind of an emotional hijacking, then what we need to do is we have to bring our mind to a state where the thinking is predominant and the emotion has gone to the back. So, for that, the easiest way to do it is to keep practicing deep breathing. So, count from 1 to 10 and breathe deeply in. Count from 1 to 10 and exhale out. That count can be whatever, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, depending on your ability. But by practicing this deep breathing, we get grounded and our mind will immediately calm down. So once we have done this calming of the mind, then is the time to use the techniques of problem solving. So the first thing we need to do is we have to define what is the problem. So make a clear picture of what exactly it is that is the difficulty. What do you have to think about all the different aspects of that difficulty. So define what is the problem. Next, make a list of all the possible solutions that can be used to overcome that problem. Next, take each of these options that you have come up with and list their pros and cons. What is good about this solution? What may not work out with this solution? So when you do this for each solution, you have a list of what all you can do and you have a list of what is the plus and minus of each of those options. In the next step, you need to evaluate all these options and then select the one which appears best to you. Sometimes you may find it difficult to make a decision. And in such cases, it is always good to consult somebody else who is, wiser than us, more experienced in life than us, so that we can get their perspective and it will help us to decide. Once we have decided what to do, we need to make an action plan, how I am going to do all these things, and then we need to actually act and implement that plan that we have prepared. So when we do all these things, it helps us to tackle our problems in an effective manner. And we don't waste our energy in simply thinking and feeling, not thinking actually, we keep feeling bad about it and our mind runs around in circles wondering why this problem came, why it has happened to me, always these things happen to me. So instead of thinking all that, we need to focus on what we need to do to deal with the problem. Now, from the spiritual point of view, we can develop one attitude towards our problems. All the difficulties that come in our life, all the unhappiness that comes our way is a result of our own papa karmas in past lives. So if that is the case, there is no point in blaming a third party outside for the problem. We must understand that these difficulties have come, they are a result of our own actions, and all I can do is I can pray to God for the strength to go through with this. Who is there in this world who has not faced difficulties? If we have heard the stories in the Mahabharata, we know about the Pandavas. They were righteous, they were always on the correct path, they were always proper, and yet they had to face so many difficulties. Did they let that deter them from their path? No. What did they do? Ultimately, they triumphed. Why was that? Because they had Krishna on their side. So we must attempt to always keep God with us, whatever our difficulties. Remember to turn to God. In fact, after the Kurukshetra Yuddha, when Krishna was leaving back for Dwaraka, Kunti Devi went to him and she was crying. So he said, "What happened? Why are you crying?" So she said, "Oh Krishna, I pray that you always give us difficulties." He said, "What is this? Nobody asks for difficulties. Why are you asking for it?" She said, "No, when we have difficulties, we will always turn to you. And you will be with us. And that will help us overcome everything." Isn't this true for all of us also? We are all of the attitude that Sankata Bandaga Venkataramana. When there is trouble, we turn to Venkateshwara. That is okay because we need some support. So let us remember to think of God and to pray to Him whenever there are difficulties in our path. There is a very insightful shloka in the Mukundamala. Mukundamala is a stotra which is composed by Sri Kulashekara Alvar, and that mantra gives the solution for all our worldly problems. It says, Shatruchhedaika mantram Sakalamupanishad Vakya Sampujya mantram Samsarochheda mantram Samuchita Tamasa Sanga Niryana mantram सर्वैश्वर्यैक मन्त्रं व्यसनभुजगसन्दष्टसन्त्राण मन्त्रं जिह्वे श्रीकृष्णमन्त्रं जप जप सततं जन्मसाफल्यमन्त्रम्. I think the meaning is quite clear to even somebody who may not know a lot of Sanskrit. Kulashekar Alvar is telling his tongue, "O tongue, please constantly, unceasingly chant the japa of Lord Krishna. Chant the nama of Krishna." Why? Because this is the mantra. It is the only one that can destroy our enemies. It is the mantra which is worshipped by every single word of the Upanishads. It is the mantra that uproots the problems of samsara. It is the mantra which drives away all the ignorance that surrounds us. It is the mantra which will give us unlimited Aishwarya. It is the mantra which will cure all our diseases because we have been bitten by the poisonous snake of worldly distress. And this is the only mantra which will help us to become successful in life. It will make our birth in this world successful. So let us take a leaf out of what Sri Kulashekar Alvar is telling and remember at all times to constantly chant the Lord's name. Especially when we have difficulties, let us turn to Him. Let us do whatever we have to do. We already saw, to sum up today's topic, when we have problems, emotions overtake. So we must put our emotion aside, practice deep breathing and come to a state of calm. Then we must focus all our energy on the thinking part of our mind. We must define our problem. We must analyze it, make a list of all possible options, evaluate their pros and cons, then decide which one to select. Ask somebody for advice if required. Make an action plan and implement it. We do all these actions and along with that, we remember always that it is God who is there with us and He will help us to overcome all these. If not overcome, He will at least help us definitely to have the strength to deal with those. All problems in our life may not be solvable, but we must learn to solve those which we can and to bear those which we can't. So I hope and pray that Lord Krishna will bless us to be able to do all this. Namaskar.